Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment.
Oh, my. Talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Now Atlanta's starting five. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the small forward position. Well, Grant, still very early. How long do you think it takes these teams to form an identity?
You know, B.A., it really depends on what the makeup of the team is. How many returners are there? Do you have lots of new faces? Is it a lot of the same players but a new coach? Those things make a huge difference. Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Johnson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
First one falls for him. Over the last few years, Atlanta struggled defensively, Grant.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been better than 20th in defensive rating since 2017. They've had some great offensive teams during that time, but their defense has held them back.
Here's St. Louis now. It's a three-point game. Over to the wing. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Young, the pass to Johnson. Drew with a rebound. Now St. Louis with it. Pass to Caver. They're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
St. Louis shooting their first free throw of the evening.
What's up?
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Lets it go from deep. Young can't hit. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with St. Louis's head coach. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
Second personal foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for St. Louis.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
It's a 5-point game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Young. Back to Capella. Can't get it to drop. Now St. Louis with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Caver, guarded by Okongwu. Shot's good by Caver. Caver's got 7.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Young drawing the double team. Pass to Rizashea. Got a piece of it. Here's Caver. Shot from 12. Yes, it's good. He's got 7.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Capella finds Young. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Pass to Drew. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Counted from distance.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Williams on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Clark. Over Nance. And Clark gets it to go on the assist from Williams.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Osman, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Chetty Osman.
1:41 left in the first. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Flushes it down to finish the break.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now here's Young on the wing man. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. It's picked off. And they're running. And the basket by Clark. Clark's got his second basket.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating them to the spot. Well done.
St. Louis making a switch here. Roddy's checked in. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Hawks. Pass to Roddy. Clark against Gallinari. Clark in the post. That one goes in. Clark's got 6.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Young. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Count it. Good. 9 points in the game.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
There's Young with the 3. He can't get it to go. Pass to Roddy. The 3 ball. Gets the 3 to fall.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so it's St. Louis with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be right back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from what we've seen from St. Louis, what's your take so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Clark, a lot of NBA pundits like to issue bold preseason predictions. I don't think you fall into that camp.
Yeah, I'm a little more measured in that regard, BA. I like to base my predictions on stuff that's real, not stuff that might be real. But I understand the need to try to speculate and anticipate. But there's so much that's unforeseen and unpredictable that it really is difficult to make guarantees or predictions with any basis in fact until some games have been played.
And for Atlanta, Okongwu out there with Danilo Gallinari. Then it's Rizachet, then it's Jalen Johnson, and it's Daniels in at the 1 spot. Here's Najee, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Roddy. Tipped. Up top, Johnson. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
St. Louis leading by 21. To the wing on the left. Here's Najee. That one falls. Najee's gotten 4 this quarter.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Now here's Okongwu. And rejected.
Out of here.
So it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Nance, he's checked in for Gallinari. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Pass to Rizachet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. They get it again. Knocks it loose.
Get on him. Don't lose the body. Don't lose the body.
Here's a Kongwu.
Don't lose the body.
Oh, by a Kongwu.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up. Pigeon.
Basket counts. Caver's got 9.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Daniels. And again, it's Atlanta.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Johnson. De Silva with the rebound.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration, even for a nanosecond.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
KBA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Here's De Silva, following the score by Atlanta. Here's Caver. He's got 9. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
St. Louis shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Clark is checked in for St. Louis.
One shot.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Up top, Young. Pass to Osman. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
Yeah, what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
1:56 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Caver, guarded by Capella. 11 feet out. Shot's good by Caver. Caver's got 14 points.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
To the inside. And it's Capella with the jam.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half. No rebound by Atlanta. Here's Daniels. 9 points in the game. St. Louis leading by 20. Drew the pass to Caver from about 19. That one drops for him. He's got 16.
Well, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
And Young draws the double. Down low. And the slam dunk by Capella.
How about the force from Clint Capella? When he's got good position inside, he's throwing it down.
Capella's gone 2 for 3 from the field. Pass to Caver. 43 seconds left in the first half. Oh, he can't miss. 8 for 8 after that shot.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Young, the pass to Daniels. Back to Young from behind the arc. And he can't get that one.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Yep, that one goes.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Poke loose. It could go. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Sound on top, just dominating this one. Well, now a minute to check in with
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now. And, Coach, a bit of a lull for this team scoring the ball. Why?
It had nothing to do with anything other than us being aggressive. We're like walking the ball up the court, and whoever's got it, we've got to attack.
At least effort is something you can control. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Checking out the Sound. Kenny, give us your take.
They're getting a lot out of their bench. A lot. For the most part, opponent's game plan is to take away the starters. But then, when your second unit comes in and plays with this type of intensity and torches the nets, you've created a whole...
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here are the Sound now. Pass to Caver. Oh, it's Pure again. He's now a perfect 10 for 10 in this one.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
And for Atlanta, Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. Shot on the wing. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Showcasing his athleticism, plays like this are why you got to be excited about Risache's future in this league.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, in a year with no consensus #1 overall pick, Zachary Risache out of France, maybe not a surefire star, but certainly a player with a lot of talent, a 3-and-D prospect with the prototype length and size. The Hawks saw him as a plug-and-play addition to their roster. He should be making an instant impact, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thank you. Good stuff. Young from long range. St. Louis with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Pass to Johnson. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
Johnson taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw misses. Atlanta making some changes. Nance, he's checked in for a Kongwu. And it's Gallinari in for Daniels. He hits the 2nd from the line. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. To the left wing. Roddy, the pass to Williams. He's covered by Gallinari. Got it, despite fading back a bit. 12 points for him.
Negates the tight defense with the fadeaway. Slick move and a nice touch on the shot.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Game on the line. Ice Trey is a dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. Straight stuff there. Thank you. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. St. Louis shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
One shot.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Young looking over the floor to the middle. Risache. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got assist number 5 here tonight. Pass to Williams. Shoots over Nance. Williams' shot is good.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
And a deep three from Young. It's rebounded by Roddy.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Good on the bucket.
Really good passing wing. Risache isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Left side Gallinari to the paint. And stolen by Williams. Covered by Johnson. Somehow scores the layup in traffic.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Covered by Johnson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for St. Louis.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
And that one misses. Clark, in your opinion, how does social media affect the game?
Monumental ways. One, I think the most direct way is that it keeps fans connected to players, and players have the option as to how they're going to engage with their fans directly, player to fan, without any middle person. And that is valuable both ways, except when the narrative turns negative. That's the other side of the coin. And when you say things publicly on social media platforms, it's impossible to retract them. You might be able to erase them, but they're still out there in the stratosphere. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Drew. And he makes good on his first shot of the game. Drew's got his first points of the night. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Man, the pass to Nance. Outside Young, and Young draws the double. Beyond the arc, fires in the triple.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Guarded by Young. Pass to Roddy. Out to the wing. Here's Drew. A good-looking shot from the wing. Drew's got 4 points this quarter. And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. Outside man. The three. Williams grabs the board. And here are the sound now. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From 12 feet. And he hits the jump shot. He's got 17.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Outside Young. Four seconds left. Oh, he misses the dunk. The layup might have been a better option for him. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. The Sound on top, running away with this one. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Delano Banton, and it's De Silva in at the three, the small forward.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Here's Najee. 2 points. That one goes.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Najee's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Here's Buffkin. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
And after a first half where he didn't turn it over once, that has sure changed here in the second.
St. Louis making a switch here. Walker's checked in. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Najee in the post. He's covered by Gallinari. Najee, good. Najee's got 4 points in the quarter. Najee's gone 4 of 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Outside Gallinari. Here's the three. St. Louis with a rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Najee, good.
Najee with the basket.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Inside. Here's Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Nice flush by Gallinari there. You know, sometimes it's easy to forget how tall he is.
Pass to Walker. Got it.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Here's Buffkin. One constant in the NBA, Clark, the constant movement of players.
Yeah, and I think you've got to try to look at the positive side of that, the freedom that players have to play where they choose to play in many cases. I think that's the right of any employee to be able to go where they feel they can best optimize their individual and team situations. I think it allows teams to rebuild on the fly and get competitive more quickly. And I like that aspect of it. I don't like to see it overwhelming a season, but I do like the fact that players have that option and that freedom.
Here's Benton. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Oh, nice shot by Buckner.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Here's Buffkin. Pass to Osman. With the 10-footer. That one goes. Count it. Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
Here's Najee. Count it.
I tell you what, he reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
The ball's knocked loose. Now Walker lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
To the paint. Here's Osman. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Well, you know, Gallinari is looking for the best option out there, even if it's not his own number.
Here's St. Louis now. They're on a 14-6 run.
2 minutes.
Here's Najee. He's covered by Gallinari. Najee, good.
He is on fire this quarter, fellas. I mean, what an incredible scoring performance.
Here's Buffkin. There's the block. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Risache, he's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Risache. And we hear about the unwritten rules of sports sometimes, Clark. What are some of those in the NBA?
Well, you try not to ever foul an airborne player. I think most players are really sensitive to that. Don't disrespect the other team. Be professional and sportsmanlike when you've got a margin of victory that doesn't need to be added on to. In other words, don't run up the score. Don't try to get numbers for the sake of numbers. Play the game, play to win, and do it with respect at all times. Had their fingerprints all over this matchup tonight. Just an impressive victory for St. Louis.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And these teams meet only twice a year. Different conferences, so there's a bit of a feeling out process. I thought they made good adjustments along the way and just did what they had to do against Atlanta. Yeah, get used to seeing that. Risache will be nailing threes for many years to come.
Pass to Buckner. Here's Caver. Shoots over Gallinari. Shot's good by Caver.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
St. Louis foul call. Da Silva.
And Atlanta making a change here. Nance is checked in.
Team foul. Substitution for Atlanta. Larry Nance Jr.
46 seconds left in the 4th. Now here's man. The D's right on him. It's stolen. Guarded by Young. Over to the left wing. Here's Caver. Over Gallinari. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Young inside. The kick out to Nance. Here's Osman. Off target with the open look. And so St. Louis takes the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. So long, everybody.